Hi there, welcome to Marble Wolves TV. Um, yeah, hi there. Sorry for that. So without further ado, I'm gonna go and yeah. So that's Martin Odegaard, obviously. Now, my view on Odegaard is that I think he was all right last season. He probably didn't score as many goals as probably we would have hoped or anticipated, but I think in terms of number 10 is not just goals or even assists. His assists weren't that good. I think is also contributing to play in terms of build up, obviously passes. But I think it's also dictating play too. It's also making space, and I think he has the technical attributes really to be a good level player. Um, so if he's young, if he stays with us for another 3-4 years, I think he can. I won't say he will be world class, but I think he's a captain of Norway. And you know what? If Haaland continues to develop, which I think he will, um, Norway could really be a decent team. They haven't really been that good over the last 10 years maybe. Um, but it looks like they're building kind of a golden generation. Dare I use that term? So maybe they could qualify for the next World Cup or maybe the next Euros. And yeah, kind of like how Iceland qualified for a few tournaments. Now, obviously, they beat England in the process, but Norway could be the same in that. Because if you look at Scandinavia over the last 5-10 years, it's mainly been Sweden and Denmark that have kind of qualified for tournaments. And obviously, look, England beat Denmark in the semis in it. I think England beat Sweden in the quarterfinals of the last World Cup. So, yeah. So, it's definitely one for the future. And I think with the proper guidance, which probably shouldn't be Arteta, but that's not the issue here. I think Odegaard could improve and do pretty well. Um, so, if I had to grade his loan move, I'd say he's probably a 6 out of 10. I think it's harsh to say he was shit, but he probably can improve in terms of his overall goals and assists, but he does contribute in terms of play, if that makes sense. So, yeah, Odegaard, you know, yes, you can say we haven't technically strengthened because he's still here. Well, he was here last season, so he's part of the same framework. But other than that, I think he has time to develop, and yeah, I think it is a reasonable signing. So on to Ramsdale now. Now Ramsdale, to be honest, I'm not enthused. Um, I just have to state at first that some of the abuse he's got, well, not some, the abuse he's got, I think is unacceptable. There's no place for it. And yes, I don't think many fans are enthused by the signing, but I do believe that's out of order. is categorically wrong, and you shouldn't do that. As simple as that. Um, do we need a backup goalkeeper? I don't think it's a priority, but could we have gone the route of, say, like Liverpool did with Adrian, or Chelsea, I think, still got Woody Caballero? Um, you know, I think even United had Romero, was it a few seasons ago? Could we not have gone that route with an older goalkeeper who's towards the end of his career? Um, who could probably even teach Leno or Conquo or any of the young Hine, is it? Any of the young goalkeepers something? Possibly, who knows? Um, but even still, I think, yeah, let's see what he can do. But I don't think it was, in honesty, it was the right profile of backup goalkeeper. But I get the suspicion. I don't think in time he will be the backup. Um, and yeah, so you can. I welcome him to the club, but I do have reservations over his quality and the need for it, if that makes sense. Um, as for the window thus far, yes, we spent the most thus far of any Premier League club, which is astounding if you think about it. But I'm going to say this: I think the window has been kind of average. Um, yes, we got the backup left back. We got backup central midfielder. Ben White for 50 million. Okay, taking out the sort of what I was going to say, Brighton, the Brentford game. I believe. Look, that's just one game. Yes, he was rinsed. He was smoked out there, but that's just one game. You can't. That's way too small a sample size to judge him. Um, However, it wasn't the best of probably one of the worst debuts I've ever seen for an Arsenal player ever, and that's not exaggeration. That's not hyperbole. It's just my honest opinion. Um, and yeah, other than that, we kept Xhaka when it looked on the cards he was going to stay. Sorry, he was going to go. We got in a number 10, but somebody who's been here already. So yes, it is a new signing, but it isn't, if that makes sense. Um, so yeah, on that basis, we have covered key areas. So I'd say it's average. I think it's harsh to say it's a shit window if we have covered, because we desperately needed a backup for TINE. We got it with Tavares. Lokonga adds something new, and I think his profile of player is what we need more than a Xhaka. That's no disrespect to Xhaka. Um, yeah. So if I'd grade the window as it stands now, I'd say probably a 5 out of 10. Um, for me to score it higher, I reckon we need a mainstay central midfielder, possibly sell the likes of, say, a Bellerin or something like that, or maybe a striker. But if Laka and Aubameyang stay, and I get the suspicion they may, I don't know. I don't think we'll sell them then, maybe. But for it to score any higher, yeah, I think we need them. If we can get someone like a Lokonga, but with more experience, then yeah, I think that would be a good thing. But as it stands now, yes, we spent a lot of money, but it's not just about the money, it's about the fit, it's about the profile of players. And I don't know, it just seems we spent a lot of money, not on crap players, I think that's harsh, but just not anything to give us an oomph, if that makes sense. Um, okay, what is our strongest first 11? Is it really stronger than last season? So you're looking at, I'd say, Leonard, well, okay, at this moment, probably Leno in goal. Tierney left back. I'd say Gabriel and White are our best central defenders. Right back was either one of Cedric Chambers or Hector Bellerin. Yeah, I'll say Cedric. And this is absolute full strength. So I'm gonna say Xhaka Partey. Even though Partey is injured, he would get in our full strength 11 without doubt. Probably gonna have to say Pepe, Saka, Odegaard. I suppose Odegaard has a bit more experience than Smith Rowe. And up top, what, Aubameyang? Um, that's more or less the same team as last year, bar Ben White. So I don't know. It's yeah. I'll just be repeating myself. So I'm gonna end it now. So yeah, welcome again to Odegaard, and welcome to Ben White. What am I saying? Aaron Ramsdale to Arsenal. So yeah, so there's 2 new signings today. Maybe we'll make more before the window ends, but thanks a lot for listening.